One of the favorite features Fundamentals adds to Business Central is the ability to import cleanly from Excel workbooks and worksheets. For this example, we're going to bring in some entries into a general journal batch. We can bring entries into purchase documents, purchase journals, and a host of other areas in the system, as well as set up master data like charts of accounts, dimensions with our import mapping capability. I'm going to show you the Excel sheet that I'm going to be referencing here. And here's a workbook called Batch JE Demo XLS with multiple sheets in it. I have a sheet where I deliberately made some errors and a sheet where I have those same lines all cleaned up and ready to come in for demo purposes. You'll also note that in these sheets, my column names are in different places in each sheet in the same workbook. So we are referencing everything based on mapping these column names, no matter what position they are inside your Excel columns, and be able to read those directly through our mapping rules. I'm going to go ahead and select Excel import. Pick the mapping that we had pre-built. We'll show you this in a little bit. Select the workbook, Batch JE Demo. And the first thing I'm going to do is reference the errors sheet inside that workbook where I deliberately made some mistakes just to show you that we'll evaluate as many rows as you wish to check for errors so that you don't keep blowing out every time you hit an error on import. So you can assess and fix everything in the sheet. So the value XX can't be valued into decimal because if you'll recall, I put XX as a credit amount, and of course, Business Central would not enjoy trying to put an alpha into a decimal field. We go back in here, we would then be able to clean up our workbook, restart our import, and this time I'm going to go ahead and pick the same workbook, pick the clean sheet where I do not have any errors, process the import, and we have inserted those 4 GL lines, passing all validations, all testing, etc., including setting up our validation rules and business rules for you to evaluate. So again, what we just imported here was the clean sheet where I had several rows in here, 4 rows, and in this case I had mapped department and grant. Notice I don't say department code, grant code, because that is all handled in our the mapping. Here is the journal mapping, and you will note how we reference the column names in the Excel sheet as department and program, and then connect them to the department code and program code fields inside Business Central.